Our group is developing image analysis, statistical pattern recognition, machine learning, artificial intelligence tools to be able to computationally interrogate biomedical image data, including MRI and CAT scans and tissue digital pathology images, to be able to predict disease presence as well as characterization of the aggressiveness of the disease. We can use these tools that we're developing to provide a score to the clinician to say, well, this patient has aggressive disease, I think you need to treat this patient. This patient, on the other hand, has less aggressive disease, so he or she is probably a candidate for watchful waiting. So a lot of our work is also focused in the area of treatment evaluation and outcome prediction. If, for instance, one knew that a particular treatment may not work, that a patient might have a recurrence of disease, then you might want to start more aggressive treatment right off the bat. The most important thing for me is to be able to identify problems that can have maximum clinical impact. It all starts in the conversations that we have with our clinical colleagues, radiologists, our pathologists, our urologists, our surgeons. One project that we've been working on called estrogen receptor positive breast cancer. About 150,000 women every year are identified with these ER positive breast cancers. It turns out the vast majority of them actually don't require very aggressive therapy. Standard hormonal therapy actually works very well for these patients. But in a small portion, more aggressive adjuvant chemotherapy is required. By computationally analyzing, interrogating biopsy images from these women, we can actually figure out whether they have the more aggressive phenotype or the less aggressive phenotype. Based off that information, the clinician can now start to make a prediction as to whether you require chemotherapy or not. Another project that we've been focused on, treatment of prostate cancers using laser ablation. Laser ablation allows for delivery of focused laser energy to just the area of cancer. The tools that we've been developing off a MRI image scan are able to identify where the cancer is, and that can then be used by a clinician to go in and specifically target that area. This initiative is a clinical trial that's been funded by the National Cancer Institute. We've already started to treat patients using this protocol. We are able to translate the technologies we've developed in our lab to the bedside, where these technologies are indeed being used for better treatment of these patients.